$864 up to $912 more for SSI beneficiaries, supplemental security income. I have all the details and the exciting information right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now these are some pretty exciting numbers which I want to walk through in this video as it pertains to SSI beneficiaries. Now, I do know that a lot of you right here in the community are Social Security beneficiaries, whether it's retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, VA, or RRB. However, in this video, I do specifically want to focus this one on SSI, supplemental security income. However, if you are one of those other beneficiaries like Social Security retirement, SSDI, survivors, VA, or RRB, stick with me as I do have other very much dedicated videos for you right here on the channel. But let's specifically talk about SSI right here in this video and talk about how the recent information floating around out there right here, right now, would result in an extra $864 or possibly even $912 more for SSI beneficiaries. Amazing, right? So let's get into it and discuss all the details. But really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video. I'm here for you each and every day as your one and only daily advocate. I'm doing research all day, every single day. I'm watching everything closely, so as this information is hitting the wire, I'm doing all the research and breaking it down into these short videos to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as well as keeping you updated during this very busy time. Now, I am watching anything as it pertains to money, benefits, new packages, new proposals, new bills, reform, new piece of legislation, checks, stimulus, raises to benefits, or anything else we can possibly get our hands on right here, right now, as things continue to be introduced on a very regular basis. And there's multiple different programs out there right now for the low income and, of course, fixed income beneficiaries. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any updates going forward. And let's get right into it and discuss what are these big dollar amounts and what do they mean as a result of this new information that is circling around out there right here, right now. So, some pretty cool stuff. In fact, well, depends how you look at it. I mean, let's be real right now for a second. Depends how you look at this. Sometimes the information is pretty exciting, and on the other hand, you look at it and think, wow, really? This is actually going on right now? So let me break all this down for you and let you know how this would translate into nearly an extra $1,000 for you as an SSI beneficiary. That's kind of a lot, right? I mean, practically, it's basically an extra benefit, right? So right now in 2022, obviously, the maximum benefit for SSI is $841. Well, those two numbers that I said a couple minutes ago, $864 and $912 more, is more than an extra payment, right? Well, let me tell you where all this is coming from. So, as we all understand, right now we are living through a very high inflationary time, right? Obviously, if you've been watching the videos for any length of time now, we talk about inflation a lot here because realistically, it's something that we're all dealing with. It is something that every single person is being impacted by, so especially the low income and the fixed income. Well, as a result of that, even though this inflation is really annoying, it's hanging around, it's not going away, we want it to leave. However, there is a little bit of a silver lining behind this, and that comes down to the raise to your monthly benefits. Here's what it's going to look like, because based on the most recent information and the estimates out of big groups like the Senior Citizens League, as well as other analysts and experts that are watching this very closely, they're anticipating anywhere between an 8.6 and a 9.1% raise to benefits based on the information that I've come across. Well, how does that all translate into your monthly benefit? Let me give you the breakdown on this because this is actually some pretty big information here, and let me break all this down so that you can see the numbers behind this. So in the event of an 8.6% raise to benefits, that would translate into an extra $72 every single month, or $864 throughout the course of the entire year. So like I said, this would be more than an extra benefit, right? So even though there's 12 months in the year, obviously it'd be like $72 a month for 12 months. $864 is what it would come out to, which is virtually another benefit payment. So it's like you're getting paid 13 months when there's really only 12 months in the year. Not bad, right? You get an extra check, essentially what it comes down to, right? However, like I said, it is broken up all across the entire year, so it's little increments every single month versus, like one extra big lump sum payment, which would also be kind of cool as well. Now, let's quickly talk about the other end of the spectrum. In the event of a 9.1% raise, this would actually translate into an extra $76 per month or an extra $912 throughout the course of the entire year. Again, that's a lot, right? That's like the extra benefit plus an extra $60 on top. More than that, actually, an extra $70. So, wow, that's a lot right there, right? So, as it comes down to it, even though all this inflation is not necessarily a good thing, at least the adjustment for the cost of living is coming in pretty healthy, right? But again, this could be adjusted higher or lower. And based on what some of the economists and analysts are saying right now with everything going on, we could potentially even see over 10% inflation here at some point this year within the next couple months. Well, if that's the case, this number is actually just going to get bigger. So this 8.6% and the 9.1% could actually be adjusted significantly higher. Or again, let's be fair, with what the Federal Reserve is doing right now with raising interest rates, that number could also get lower. I don't foresee it getting a whole lot lower. If it does get much lower, it's not going to be much, maybe a couple tenths of a percent, but probably not a whole lot. Considering where we're currently sitting right now and where inflation is going, what the current ratings are right now, it's probably not going down a whole lot unless some things change very, very dramatically, or if they decide to change the way that they calculate the cost of living adjustment, right? Wouldn't be surprised to see that happen either, right? Because we all know generally, some of these calculations come out and it's like, oh, hey, just kidding. We made a change to how we're going to run the calculations now, right? So anyway, but either way, that's what it comes down to as of right now. And again, there's other things out there floating around right now where they want to raise benefits to 100% of the federal poverty line. There's all kinds of things like this. In the event that they were to raise benefits to the federal poverty line prior to the next time that this cost of living adjustment comes in play, then guess what? The number would be even significantly higher because it would be a multiplication based on percentages. So let's just say they bring it up to the federal poverty line, which is over $1,100 a month. Now we're applying, say, an 8.6% raise or a 9.1% raise multiplied by $1,132 versus $841. You kind of get what I'm saying? So dealing with percentages, the higher the number goes, the bigger that the raise would be as well because of the power of percentages, right? So anyway, we have a lot of time for all this to happen. And again, a lot of this comes down to Congress. But one more thing that we don't have to wait for Congress for is the annual cost of living adjustment. Nope, Congress is out of there. Congress, get out of here. You're out of the picture. They have nothing to do with it when it comes down to the cost of living adjustment, which is awesome, right? Because we know how, that kind of goes with Congress. It takes forever, and a lot of times they can't even come together on agreements. So if we had to wait for them, it'd be probably never would even happen in the first place, right? But anyway, some pretty exciting stuff here, especially for the 8 million beneficiaries of SSI, Supplemental Security Income. But of course, as these numbers adjust and as I do get more details, I'll be right back here for you, breaking it all down, letting you know how this pertains to you as a SSI beneficiary and what else we've got cooking on the back burner right now. There's a lot of different things going on, especially for fixed income benefits and SSI beneficiaries. So make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and of course, go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. As I'm keeping you updated with everything going on, I'm doing all the research, and I truly want to help you out in any way that I possibly can. So stay tuned as things are changing very rapidly, and as we get further details on any kind of money, benefits, programs, checks, raises, or anything else, of course, I'll be right here for you, breaking it down, letting you know how you can grab as much as you possibly can. Again, thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, enjoy, have a nice day, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.